Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're going into something really specific, but it has huge implications for system architecture. We're looking at the NTI SE-15V-2-2U1C VGA video switch. So let's unpack this. Our source is a pretty dense product spec sheet. And our mission here isn't just to read off numbers, but to figure out what they tell us about, hardware resilience, legacy tech, and just how specialized some systems need to be.
Exactly. I mean, this kind of hardware is really the unsung hero of corporate reliability. You might ask, why are we talking about a VGA switch in the age of HDMI? Well, it's because specialized switches like this are the absolute backbone for places that need perfect high-res video and simply cannot fail. Think control rooms, big university campuses, that sort of thing.
Okay, so let's start with the basics. The model name itself suggests something simple: one computer between two monitors. The goal is to, quote, eliminate redundant monitors. Why start there?
Because that simplicity is the foundation. It has to work perfectly in that basic setup, like a standard conference room. And performance in this case really means signal integrity. This switch supports a resolution up to 1920 by 1200, and it's got a bandwidth of 150 megahertz.
And that bandwidth is key for VGA.
It's everything. It's what stops the signal from degrading, from ghosting or blurring, especially over the long cables you find in these enterprise settings. Plus, it's TAA compliant, which is a must for government contracts.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting for me. The compatibility list. It works with PCs, of course, but also SUNs and MBAKes that are still using VGA. It's like a technical time capsule.
It is. It's engineered to be a kind of universal translator for these really diverse, sometimes aging tech environments that just have to keep running no matter what. And the controls reflect that. You've got simple touch buttons on the front.
Perfect for, say, a teacher in a classroom.
Exactly. Or you can use the optional RS-232 control, and that lets you tie it into a big, centralized automated system.
So let's talk about that bigger picture, the system architecture. We see this fascinating scope change. The model is sold as a 1-to-2 switch, but the description says the underlying tech can handle systems with up to 16 computers on a single screen.
That's the pivot point. This thing isn't just a standalone box. It's designed to be a component. It's built to interconnect with other NTI switches, splitters, specialized tools.
Like the VGA EDIDE emulator you mentioned. What does that do again?
It basically tricks the computer. It makes the PC think a monitor is always connected, even when you're switching between sources. That way the resolution and the settings never get messed up.
So this little switch is really a gateway to a much bigger, more complex web of hardware.
Mm-hmm. And logistically, it's built for easy maintenance.
Right. I see here monitors and speakers are hot pluggable, so you can swap them without a full system shutdown. And it's pretty compact, only about 8 by 6 inches.
But what really stands out when you look at the resilience specs is the power story.
The power.
Yeah. The power consumption is only 5 watts. Tiny.
Yeah.
And yet you have this mean time between failures, the MTBF rating.
I saw this number. It's 88,231 hours for this monitor.
88,231 hours.
I had to do the math on that. That's almost 10 years. 10 years of expected continuous operation before a failure.
Yeah.
How do you even achieve that kind of resilience with so little power?
That combination is the absolute definition of infrastructure-grade design. This is hardware that is built to just sit there and quietly outlive everything around it.
That's incredible.
And it's even in the small details. They include a high-quality 3-foot multi-coax cable that tells you they are prioritizing signal integrity right out of the box, not just trying to save a few cents on a cheap accessory.
So what's the big takeaway from all this? We've looked at this one super specialized piece of hardware, and it seems to me that for legacy video systems, the priorities are 1, massive compatibility, and 2, just extreme, almost absurd reliability.
Yes. An MTBF of over 88,000 hours. It's all about mission-critical consistency.
Right.
And you have to remember, that kind of decade-long consistency comes with a very specific price tag. When you look at the similar products listed in the source, these video matrix switches, you see devices like the NTI SM-16X-415V LCD.
And that one costs almost $2,000.
Almost $2,000, yes. So it forces you to think about how the cost and the reliability of one component, just one switch, ends up dictating the lifespan and complexity of an entire display environment. These things are built to operate perfectly long after your consumer tech has been replaced 3, maybe 4 times over. That's just the price of zero downtime.